Hello there, Scouts and Scouters. I am Scouter Steve, and welcome to episode 4 of a new channel I've started called My Scouting Collection. In this episode, we're going to talk about my plush animals. Plush animals, sometimes known as stuffed animal toys, have been children's favorites for years and years. I remember having several of them when I was just a young lad. While my childhood toys are long gone, I have created a small collection of scouting-themed plush animals. From Cub Scouting to Boy Scouting to High Adventure to the Jamboree. This is my collection of plush animals that I've collected throughout the years. You know, there's even a famous beagle to be found in here. Okay, the first ones I want to show you are from a summer camp that our troop has gone to for decades. Many Point Scout Camp, found in northern Minnesota. They've put out several stuffed animals over the years, and I just have a few of them. I don't have all of them, but I have a fairly good collection. First of all, I have the little Beaver from Many Point Scout Camp. And if you've ever been to Many Point Scout Camp, you know the little Beaver does have a role in the Many Point Rouser song. So there we have it, the Many Point Beaver. Second, if you go to summer camp, chances are, in North America at least, you are going to come across a raccoon. Yeah, so Many Point recognizes that and has a little fun with them by having their own raccoon that loves Many Point, as you can see. Next, we have the Many Point moose. Now, I have never seen a moose at Many Point. I have never heard of anybody seeing a moose at Many Point, but I suppose it could happen because moose are sometimes seen in northern Minnesota. So we do have a Many Point moose to add to the collection. We also have a Many Point rabbit. Yes, he loves Many Point too. As you notice, most of their shirts say I love Many Point. Rabbits I've seen plenty of times up at summer camp. In fact, one year a rabbit had a major contribution to our troop during a competition they had up there. Maybe time for a story some point down the road. So we have the Many Point rabbit. Okay, now we're going to get away from Many Point a little bit and get into some other things. Oh, I take that back. We do have one more Many Point, and if anybody watching this has been to Many Point, you know the loon is probably the main wildlife creature that is known with Many Point. So of course, we do have to have the Many Point loon. And the loon does come with wings and of course a nice little ribbon around it that also says Many Point Scout Camp. So there we have the Many Point loon. Those are the 5 animals I have from Many Point. Let's move on to some other things now. How about some generic toys? Because a while back on my scouting stuff or scout shop or whatever, they were closing out on these little Cub Scout bear animals. And as you can see, it has a nice little neckerchief, comes with its own Cub Scout hat, wearing pants, of course. So here we have a bear scout. Unfortunately, I don't know if they made the rest of them, like the wolf and the tiger and so forth, but I was able to pick up the bear. So we'll put him over here. Now, what do we have left? Well, we have another one from the scouting organization, and this one is from the 2013 National Jamboree. At least I think it's 2013. Yes, 2013 National Jamboree. And his shirt says, I can barely wait. On the back, we do have the Scout Jamboree logo. I do still have the tag hanging from his ear. I usually don't remove that type of stuff. So kind of a neat little thing from the 2000 Jamboree. Was able to pick that up online also. And speaking of jamborees, here is a bear from the 2017 National Jamboree. There again, he is wearing a neckerchief, signifying from the 2000 Jamboree, and with the symbol of the 2000 Jamboree. He's kind of chilling a little more, kind of laying down there a bit. Also from the Jamboree, and this is something from the Central Minnesota contingent from 2001 Jamboree. We made our own little bears that the Scouts could collect and trade with other troops up there. Wearing camouflage because our troop does have a special relationship, or our council I should say, does have a special relationship with Camp Ripley in central Minnesota. Once a year we do have a weekend outing at Camp Ripley called the Ripley Rendezvous. Someday I'll show you some of the stuff from that. So our troop that went to the Jamboree, the 2001 Jamboree, Central Minnesota Council had 2 troops go, 1417 and 1418. So the boys were able to buy these little buggers and trade them up there. I still happen to have 2 of them. So won't be trading these little guys anymore. They are now permanent parts of my collection. Okay, I did go to Philmont Scout Ranch a couple of times, actually 5 times on treks and twice for training. And I was able to pick up one of the Philmont burros. He's got a nice little, I guess you wouldn't say a saddle, but he does have a nice wrap on him, signifying Philmont Scout Ranch. Kind of a nicely done little burro. I don't know if you've ever had a burro at Philmont. Sometimes you get a really good one that works with you. Sometimes you get one that's stubborn and just doesn't care to go along with your scouts on their trek. Now I said there's also a famous beagle that I collected. And of course, if you haven't guessed it by now, of course that would be Snoopy. And this is Beagle Scout Snoopy. Or Scout Snoopy if you just want to call him that. This one is a little bit more than just a plush animal, because on the back we actually have a little book that you can look through and gives you different things about Snoopy. It says, here is the world famous Beagle Scout setting off on a hike. And of course, what does he have on his hike? He only takes the bare necessities. For example, extra socks, a map. Of course, you got to have a map if you go on a hike. Along with that map, you better have a compass. And last but not least, you got to bring lunch. And in his case, he brought Charlie Brown along, carrying his lunch. Kind of a neat little book on there. So there is my plush animal collection for you to view. Have you collected many plush animals during your scouting years? Which ones do you have? These are basically all I have. And maybe someday I'll add a few more to it. We'll see. So that brings us to an end of this particular episode. I hope you liked it. If you do, hit the like button down below and maybe even subscribe to the channel so that you can catch future episodes that I put together. Until next time, happy scouting!